Hi, my name is Dr. Anthony Filtrara, and in today's video I'm going to demonstrate how to create a letter to send back to your primary care doctor using a correspondence template in Greenway's Prime Suite EHR. For the purposes of keeping the video short, I made a previous video showing you how to import templates, so I already went through the process of importing it into my template admin directory. I also want to preface it with the fact that this is not a stock template that comes with Greenway's system. This is something that was developed by one of my partners to get around the fact that the primary care doctors were not happy about receiving the complete office visit. So we sort of consolidated it into one page that summarizes the patient's visit. Now, one of the first things you might want to do is decide whether this template is the way you like it. You might have a different style and decide to change some things around. So from the template admin directory, you can simply preview the template by double-clicking it and hitting the preview button. And here you'll see what the template looks like, and you'll see a couple highlighted areas. And some of these will automatically populate while you're inside your visit, such as the patient name, date of birth, and even the referring doctor, as long as your front desk put the referring doctor in the patient's chart and link the two together. The rest of these here are drop-down menus that will pull information from specific parts of the chart, and I'll show you that later. Some of the things that auto-populate may not apply to you. For instance, my name automatically populates with my signature on this chart. Obviously, when you import this template, you want to switch it to default to your name so you don't have to keep clicking on it and entering your name each time. And the way you can edit this template is quite simply, while we're still in template admin, we just simply click on note. And this is how the template looks like in its programming form. And any one of these fields here you can modify or delete them if you don't like the way it looks. But probably the thing you're definitely are going to want to do is go down to the physician name and highlight your name, click the check here, and this way, after you do that, every time you use this template, your name will automatically populate in the area, at the bottom of the note. This will save you some clicks going forward. Okay, at this point, now that we're satisfied with our template, I'm going to show you how to use this template during an office visit. For the purposes of this video, I picked our fictitious patient, Tony the Tiger. I selected an epistaxis template, and I'll go through the sections that must be completed in order to make this template work. The chief complaint is one of the places where the template pulls from, so you want to make sure that is marked off. In this case, I'll just pick epistaxis. Next, the assessment section. Your diagnosis codes will be imported into the template, so if you want to check off epistaxis, maybe nasal granuloma, doesn't matter. This is just for demonstration. And then the plan section, it will import any lab orders that you ordered. It will import any procedures that you have performed or ordered, as well as imaging, medications. I can assure you this dummy patient has plenty of medications to choose from, so I don't need to add any more. And this is the most important part, is add instruction. This is the portion here where you want to put your assessment and plan, whether it's already pre-made in your template or you want to add it manually. I dictate my plans into this section here. So, for instance, I'm going to put it here. Patient was cauterized, just to make it short and to show you how it shows up in the template. Then you'll hit OK, and again, you will see as we do the template, these options will be shown in the drop-down menu. Now, for the purpose of demonstration in a little bit, I'm going to purposely put a typo in here, just so I can show you some of the pitfalls of the template. And we'll go back and address this later on in the video. Next, I'm going to scroll down, and here's another important portion of the template. This is where you actually create the template here. And what you'll do is you'll simply, when you're happy with all those fields, is hit save and hold. Now what you've put in is loaded up into the chart, and now you'll add your template. You click add template, and as long as it's in the root directory, the template will show up, and you'll see that all the other templates we saw initially are not there because these have a different extension than your physical exam templates or your regular templates that you may use for diagnoses. So bottom line is it's not going to be so cluttered when you click on add template. So I would recommend you leave it not in the folder but in the root directory. This way it's easy for the program to find. And we're just going to click the referral letter, and you see that it comes into your visit. Now I want to just point this out to you. Your recipient has to be filled out before you actually create the note. All we did now is just put the template in here. We did not create the note yet. Now, under normal circumstances, the primary's name would automatically appear here. Being that this is a fictitious patient with no real primary, it doesn't automatically populate. I am going to manually put it in there. And I'll put my name in there. And that's how it would look like if the patient already had a primary care doctor. It would just show up automatically here. If you want to copy it to any other physician or healthcare provider, you can add the name in here as well. Now we are ready to create our note. Simply click create. The note pops up, and what you'll see is automatic population of the date, the referring doctor, the address of the referring doctor, date of birth of the patient. And here's the drop down menus. The chief complaint, when you hit that option, you'll be able to just click from your chief complaint and imports in from the visit, or you can physically type something in by clicking the other. You'll see your diagnoses codes, and again you'll always have the option to write something in. You can inform your primary care doctor what tests or procedures were performed, and here you can pull from the summary or physically write it in here. And from the list of medications, this shows medications both you prescribed and from the outside, and you can just add that in there as well. Again, I've made this very short. I'm sure your summary will be much longer than this, and you see that my name automatically comes up. Now if you're happy with your note, simply hit save and sign. And this is what the finished product will look like. And here's my typo from before, and I told you there's ways of correcting it, and the way you would do that if you found it is hit amend document. And when you click on it, you would think you'll be able to edit it in here, and unfortunately you cannot. So the best you can do is deselect it, and you can either physically retype it in again. What I do is I go back to the progress note, simply find the mistake. I know it's a little cumbersome. Correct it. Highlight it by hitting Control-C, as in car. Hit OK. Then I go back to my correspondence letter, and I hit Control-V, as in Victor, and hit the forward arrow, and it's a done deal. I save and sign it again. And once you're done with this, you can go back to your progress note, and you just hit save and sign once the rest of the visit's complete, and that's how you do a referral letter. Now, you might be asking yourself what happens to this letter. In our practice, our medical records person sets her filters up to look for all correspondence letters, and once she sees them, she knows she has to send them out to the appropriate referring doctor. Well, that's how you make a letter, and thanks for watching my video.